cause I've got the crazy game and yo, I'm smooth like butter.
It's like butter. It's like butter, baby. It's like butter. It's like butter, baby.
The finale, the must-see game of the week.
Okay.
Any idea as to what I have as a must-see game of the week?
Well, let's see. I gotta. Oh yeah, no, I know what it is. I know.
Okay.
I know the only game. It kind of surprises me though.
Really?
Yeah,
Okay.
because you've already went over my must-see game.
What was that again? What was
My must-see was Saints and Bengals.
Saints Bengals? It's a good game.
I think it would have been Panthers Steelers.
It would have been mine
That already
too,
happened,
yeah.
but yeah, since that's not in the present tense of what we're doing right now. Yeah, mine would be Saints and Bengals. But yeah, I guess yours is Jags and Colts, right?
Jags, Colts.
That surprises me. They're 3-5 teams. They're evenly matched, and it's a big game in terms of their division.
Yep.
But they're 3-5 teams. I mean, come on.
Good point, but this is why. So I think they're both coming off buys, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah. And Andrew Luck's playing really good.
Andrew Luck and the Colts have been a much better team than I thought. I was down on the Colts.
We kind of talked about
this
this like last week, I think.
Yeah, I was not high on the Colts. I said the Patriots. I was not high on the Colts prior to the season.
Me
they
either.
played much better, and they've taken a lot of injuries too, especially on the defensive side of the ball.
Yeah.
So
Since Luck's coming back from his injury, I wasn't high on him either. But I was higher on them because I thought with Andrew Luck coming back, he's a good enough quarterback. He's going to get them 4 wins, is what I was telling myself. So coming into the season, I thought they'd win 4 games. Right now they're sitting at 3-5.
Yeah.
So most likely they'll probably win more than 4. I would assume.
You're out on the Carolina. You're not sold on Carolina. I'm not sold on Houston, and I like Houston.
See, and I'm sold on Houston.
You sold on Houston.
See, that's where we're opposite. And Mitch isn't sold on Houston either. We've talked about this so many times.
Mitch is really down on Houston. Not even
Really
Houston.
down.
He's really down on Deshaun Watson.
He hates Deshaun Watson.
I don't get that one.
He doesn't think Deshaun Watson's good at all.
I do not get that.
I don't either. I love Deshaun Watson.
Yeah, weird, Mitch.
But I am sold on Houston.
I'm not sold on Houston. Honestly, I can't even give you a really good analysis as to why.
See, me either on the Panthers. Like I told you, I think they are a solid football team. Yeah. I just, for some reason, don't believe in them. Just because I don't think they're great anywhere. I like Cam Newton, but he doesn't have enough to help. And their defense is still good, but I don't think it's great either. It's still good, though.
Let me throw this out here. I may not be so high on or sold on Houston. Bill O'Brien as the head coach.
I can agree with that.
The defense is good. They can go get the quarterback.
But they started awful. Their defense started pretty
awful. J.J. Watt, Clowney, those guys in maybe the best duo in football. They're really good. Secondary is solid, nothing special.
Yeah.
Linebacker core is solid, nothing special. Collectively, it's just a good defense. Again, when you can go get the quarterback, which is a premier position in NFL football, edge rushing, you can make things happen. We've seen it in Kansas City and D Ford, seen it in Denver, and then with Von Miller and Chubb on the other side. When you go get the quarterback, you can make things happen, regardless of how bad your defense is. So that's why I'm not sold on Houston. Bill O'Brien. I like Deshaun Watson. I think they run the ball effectively enough. I like Thomas. I remember bringing it up in the group chat. Any chance that they trade Roby or Thomas? You said there's no way in hell.
I didn't want them to trade either one of them because I loved DT, man.
DT was.
I know you saw my Facebook post.
I did. I think he's great. He's a really good player. I think he still has a lot left in the tank. His misfortune was having 16 quarterbacks.
72, actually. You must have lost track.
3 seasons.
You must have lost track.
Yeah.
It was 72.
So that was his misfortune. I don't think that was
I love Demaryius Thomas. He's been my favorite receiver ever since I've been a Broncos fan, man. It
hurts, huh?
Yeah. That's like when the Cardinals. That's like when the Cardinals let my man David Eckstein go, World Series MVP. Man, I wanted him to retire a Cardinal.
Yeah.
But and see, I like Roby too because he's the new wave of talent coming in, and I think he's a really good defensive back.
He hasn't had as good of a season as I thought he would have.
Yeah, he maybe hasn't had a great season, but he's still played well.
He's played well in spurts,
and I think he's still going to be a really, really good defensive back in the league.
I think so. Denver, they don't have much to worry about up front. That part is solidified. The money's there. The talent's there. Secondary, how about this? Talib was a much bigger loss than we all thought.
Yeah, because I thought Roby would come in and do the same, and he hasn't quite played up to Talib's level.
That was a crushing loss there. It was crushing. But back to this game, the watchable game of the week, in my opinion. Jags coming off a bye. 1 week we got without Jalen Ramsey and the Jags, Blake Bortles, we got nothing from those guys. I think it was good for them, right?
Probably. They
just needed a week off from football.
Yeah, they were
the last
bad.
4 weeks have been a crap hole for the Jags, right?
Yep.
Whether
Is there any chance they come back and make the playoffs?
Maybe. I'm not sold on Houston. They got to start by winning this game, right?
Yeah, because their division's not good.
Not good, but I think it's a highly competitive game. You got Tennessee, Colts, Jags. That's a very competitive. That's a tough division. You got to start by winning this game. You get a week off. No Blake Bortles, no Jalen Ramsey talking, no whoever their head coach is. None of that, right? You just get a week off, right? You just get to relax.
Mm-hmm.
This is a quarterback, if I'm not mistaken. Don't quote me on this or verbatim. Ramsey said that Andrew Luck, he's okay. Said he's okay, right? And Andrew Luck has never really had like a huge game against that Jags defense and Jalen Ramsey, but he said he was okay.
It just seems so long since Andrew Luck's played, though. It's like I couldn't even tell you the last time he played the Jaguars and how he did. Andrew Luck's a really good quarterback, and he's playing good this year.
Again, I was low on the Colts. I did not believe in them. They have really played past my expectations.
See, and you're saying you're saying this, and they're playing at 3-5.
Yes,
they are sitting at 3-5, and you're saying they've outplayed your expectations. I mean that just shows that.
Again, a lot of injuries. Andrew Luck coming off this shoulder surgery and injury.
We didn't know what to think.
Takes a little time to get that rust off. He's throwing about 55, 60 times a game, which is that's a lot.
But he's got a solid running back now too.
They're working him in. Mac he's had some good weeks.
Yes.
They have to find consistency, right?
Mm-hmm.
If they find that, you can get him down to 45, 40 pass attempts a game. He doesn't have to rush for 100 yards, but give him if he can exceed 20 carries for Andrew Luck, a quarterback and.
Run the ball for 70 yards.
Yep, a quarterback who has been on the cusp of elite. He's kind of been back and forth. Some think so, some don't.
If it wasn't for his injury, I think would be without a doubt.
Probably so. Yeah, I've tried to not put him there, but maybe so. If he can get that, if he can get 25 carries out of Mac and whoever the second guy is, that's the dangerous Colts offense.
Mm-hmm.
And T.Y. Hilton, I don't really. That's the sign of an elite quarterback. I don't know any other weapons outside of T.Y. Hilton.
Me either.
Doyle is
their tight end is Doyle. They might have another one too. Eric Ebron there too.
Yes, Ebron's there. But he can't stay healthy. He has to stay on the field.
But I don't know any receivers because Moncrief's not there either. He's in Houston.
Yeah, okay. Colts are a 3.5 favorite. Not 3.5. Excuse me. 3-point favorite at home. Again, he's never had a big time game against the Jags. So let's start there. He's coming off a bye week, so he does have 2 weeks to prepare for this Jags defense, but vice versa, they have 2 weeks to prepare for Andrew Luck, a quarterback that they have schemed around pretty well since his tenure in Indianapolis. I got the Jags.
I took the Colts on our radio show predictions.
Who are you?
I took the Colts, but I think it's a really good game. And honestly, I like. What'd you say? They were like 3.5 point favorites. What was it?
3-point favorites. They're a field goal favorite.
I like that because I think you remember the toilet bowl when we were talking about the Titans and Jaguars. I think it's going to be like that. I love Andrew Luck and he can score some points, but for some reason I think with both of these teams coming off buys, I think the Jaguars defense is going to step up. They're not going to play like they have been. I think they're going to step up. And I think they're going to hold it down. I'm not saying it's going to be like 12-9 or 9-6 like the Titans-Jaguars game is, but I think it'll be really low scoring. Like maybe like 14-10 or 13-10 or something. I could see it being a low scoring game, and I got the Colts.
For 1 week, I can see Blake Bortles out shooting the Colts. Let's say there is no defense in this game.
Which the Colts don't play very good defense.
They don't play that good defense. They have a lot of injuries. I can see that Blake Bortles, because he did it against New England, a team that he gets up and plays really, really well for.
Mm-hmm.
He's put up, we get that back to the last 3 games, I think. He's put up big numbers against the Patriots. Against this quarterback, against this defense, I can see Blake Bortles looking like an elite quarterback for 1 Sunday.
So you got Blake Bortles kind of stepping up after playing bad.
With the bye, you get this defense some rest. They get a week off. Again, they have always schemed well.
Fournette's not coming.
Thank you for bringing it up.
Oh,
he's
is he?
Coming back.
He is? Okay.
He's practiced. They said there was no setbacks. There was no hiccups. So he supposedly, I don't know if he starts, but he will play. How about that? I'm guessing that he will play.
Man.
So he's coming back against that defense. How about this? When they lost him, they lost their identity.
Yes. That's when everything
that
went.
Jags offense was what was it when he left?
And that's what I was thinking about because I was thinking you think Blake Bortles will come back, and I'm thinking the defense is going to step up and play a little more. And then that's when I got to thinking about Fournette, and I was like, see, I don't see their offense having a big turnaround with Fournette still out. But if he comes back, I might have to change my pick.
Like
I'm going to need to look into that and see if he
Fournette
is.
is like his spinach. Like
Fournette is Bortles'
like Popeyes, the sailor. And
Popeye the sailor and Fournette.
Leonard Fournette is his spinach. When he gets a dose of his spinach, I think he could be more efficient, right? He's going to make better decisions. He threw the ball, 55, 60 times against the Chiefs. That's a recipe for a loss. Against the Chiefs, right?
And they turned it over like 18 times.
4 or 5 times in that game. You're not winning the game if Blake Bortles is throwing the ball 30-plus times. 35.
And they've been so bad since. So bad.
He gets his spinach back. I think that O-line plays better. They don't have to pass block and stress out as much as they do.
Yeah.
I can see the Jags winning this game.
Yeah, if Fournette's playing, like I said, I might have to change my pick. I didn't know if Fournette was coming back or not. I hadn't heard if he was.
And that's how I know I am beating this guy in fantasy. I had Fournette. I picked up Fournette because of that reason. He's my flex position player. I have Melvin Gordon, Kareem Hunt, and Leonard Fournette in my starting lineup. And if Fournette is half as good as I think he will be this week, I'm beating you in fantasy this week. If he is half as good as I think he'll be. He's projected to do 9 or 10 points. So
You're not beating me.
who's your quarterback? You got Tom Brady.
I put Luck in over Brady though. Was that a bad decision?
You're not winning with Luck. No. I'm winning. For some reason he likes to bring up 5-game winning streaks.
I've won 5 straight. I'm not losing.
Week 1.
Beat you in week 1, and I've won 5 straight.
That means nothing.
Beat you in week 1, and now I'm on a 5-game win streak. I beat you in week 1. I lost 3 in a row. Now I've won 5 straight. I'm not losing again.
That shit comes to an end.
Taking this winning streak to the championship. Andrew Luck and Tom Brady are taking me to the ship. And all those solid running backs I got. Marlon Mack, Joe Mixon, and one more. Who's the other one? I don't know the other one. So, well, I have Sonny Michel, but he's on my bench. Yeah. Chubb, maybe? Is that another running back I got? I don't know. But I got good running backs. That's all that matters. Mixon's going to drop 40 points this week, probably.
Yes. If anything, they give the ball to Andy Dalton and let him try to beat the New Orleans Saints.
No, because Mixon's the best player on that team, especially with A.J. Green out. Yeah, especially with A.J. Green out.
I like Mixon, but is he the best?
Is
he better than Dalton?
Yeah, because he's a Sooner.
Give me your socials. Where can they find you at, Trey?
Give him what?
Your social media, Facebook, Twitter.
Trayvon, Treyvaugh.
First name Trey.
Yeah. First name Trey. Last name Vaughn. Trey. Mm-hmm. Last name Vaughan. That's on Facebook. I haven't got on Twitter in forever. I couldn't even tell you my Twitter. I couldn't even tell you my Twitter handle. I haven't been on it in so long. Yeah. And I definitely don't use Instagram. So Facebook's really.
Page?
I do, but I don't use it.
Just use Facebook and Snapchat. 88.7 KXMS, The Jungle, Thursdays at 7. Facebook Live, Wednesdays at 2. Final question to you. Does Oklahoma get inside of the CFP?
Yeah, well, man, you got to get on campus on Fridays and grab these papers. Okay. I had a college football playoff prediction redo because remember me and Mitch did the one. Mine went terrible.
I think that week after y'all did that, I think half of those teams lost.
My top 4 was Bama, OU,
Wisconsin,
Penn State, and Wisconsin, I think.
And they both lost.
Wisconsin turned into a bunch of cheeseheads.
Yeah.
Those guys are awful.
They've lost what, 2 of the last 3 of the last 4?
I don't know. They're bad.
Yes.
They're not even ranked anymore.
I want to say they've lost 2.
2 or 3. 2 or 3, yeah. They just lost last week to Michigan, but that's Michigan.
Bama and Clemson seem like a lock.
Yeah, they are now. I got Bama at 1. What I did with mine was Bama at 1, Clemson at 2. I think Ohio State wins out. I predicted Ohio State to win out and beat Michigan and then win the Big Ten championship. So I had Ohio State jumping everyone and going to 3. And I hope Oklahoma wins out. I think they can do that. I think they can beat West Virginia twice.
Yeah.
And I'm hoping enough teams lose in front of them that my Sooners can get to number 4.
I think Bama wins out. I would like to see them go down against Georgia in the SEC title game. Clemson has a weak ACC.
Terrible.
I
Terrible
think
conference.
they get in. Syracuse is coming up. I haven't seen Syracuse play, but from all I've heard and read, how potent offense, they can put up some points.
That's like their only issue.
That's their
Worry.
only obstacle, really.
Yeah.
That 3 and 4 seed is up for grasp. I predicted Ohio State loses. I would love to see Michigan beat them one more time. On the road, I would love to see Michigan go inside the horseshoe and take them down. I will sit here and say right now, I think we're 2 or 3 weeks away from that game. I predict that Michigan gets that win. They call it the revenge tour. All of the teams that they lost to last season, they're on the tour to beat those guys. Ohio State, Michigan State, just to name a few. That 4 seed, I like West Virginia. I like Will Grier. This is his first name, Will. I think
Will Grier, yeah.
I like him. I think he may be the best quarterback prospect in this NFL draft. I think I have him better.
He's a senior?
Junior or senior.
But he is going to the draft?
I think so. I think he's a little better than the quarterback in Oregon, Herbst.
Yeah, I think he's better than him. Yeah, Justin Herbert or something.
Like that, yeah. Drew Lock from Mizzou had a big game last week against a really good team. Or were they a really good team? Florida. They beat up on Florida last week.
Yeah, they beat them bad, too.
Yeah, so I like Luck. I think he's
first SEC win, too, by the way.
Congratulations to MU.
They are a good team that has played under par.
They're better than 5 and 4.
Way better. They have not played up to par.
You give credit to Luck. You give credit to that coaching staff. Luck is a first round, second round talent. So
I think he's the best quarterback in the draft.
I think with Oklahoma, my only beef for Oklahoma, maybe a beef and a half.
We don't play defense. So what?
Don't play
so what?
Defense.
So what? We'll score 80 on you. We don't care. We ain't scared. You can't score with us.
And that's where my half comes in at. Can a freshman do it? Can a freshman quarterback, can Murray do it? That's my half. Right?
He ain't worried. He's worried about this year because that man's having fun and he's playing college football and having fun. But he's really not worried about football because that man's already a baseball player.
That's my point.
But he's worried about the right now. Well, I mean, he still wants to win.
Yeah,
but
certainly he wants to win. Certainly he's going to put his all into it. Can he beat Greer on that stage? He failed against Texas. Great comeback. I was watching that game. Great comeback. But that quarterback wanted it more.
He turned it over twice. He turned it over twice.
He's the future of Texas. He may be the reason why Texas
gets
returns
back on
to what they were. So can he perform on that big stage? Let's say they do get there. Can they beat Bama? Can they beat Clemson? Can they beat Ohio State? Can they beat Michigan? Can they beat those array of quarterbacks? Those are all really good quarterbacks. Haskins and Tua and the Lawrence, I think his name is, at Clemson. Those are all. Lawrence hasn't been there, done that neither. But I like him with his head coach, with that system, with that program. I trust Lawrence more than I do Murray. So
Bama, no. Michigan, maybe.
Yeah.
Ohio
if they
State.
beat Ohio State, I don't think Oklahoma could beat Michigan.
Yeah, I'm gonna say Michigan maybe, but yeah, if okay, so I don't really think right now we could beat Ohio State. Mm-hmm. So if Michigan beats Ohio State, then that'll add to. I don't think we can beat them, but I think we can beat Clemson. I don't think Clemson's that good. They're in a weak conference.
Weak conference. They still got a boatload of talent on defense.
They're still good. But
this kid
they're
Lawrence
in a weak conference.
I like him. I can't wait to see him next season and the year after. So just have another year under his belt. But I like Clemson. That program, they're an elite football program. Have one of the best coaches in football. So appreciate you coming through.
Yeah. When
are you guys doing the jungle?
It'll be next week because we had the last couple of weeks off. The Abby was gone for the radio station for KXMS, and she wasn't going to be able to put it on air, so we didn't record them on Facebook Live either. We let that go aside since we had some busy weeks with the chart and class and stuff. So we took a couple breaks, but we'll be back next week.
Designer for the Globe, writer for the chart, sports editor for the chart, hosting his own show on KXMS. You got a lot on your plate, man.
I do a lot.
Yeah, you do it a lot, but that's a good thing, though.
I don't go to class, though.
You know what? I remember the last thing before we get out of here. I was up there, and I remember you telling me, I think it was a slaving class. Like, I just don't go to, or I just don't do any work. I just don't. But that makes sense. You do all of this crap, and you do a good job at it. You showed me that design that you did last week of the golfers. That was big time shit. So, congratulations there. So, yeah, catch Trey Vaughn one more time. 88.7 KXMS, The Jungle. Thursdays at 7, Wednesdays at 2. Facebook Live.
Yeah.
Designer for the Globe. Designer for the chart. Writer for the chart. 4 pages still.
No, that was just that one week. We went back to 3 this week.
All right. It's been a Slab podcast. We got to get them back for one of these NFL pick'ems, and we'll see you guys again.